Okay, so are you ready for this?
Hit me.
We are finally tackling atomic habits.
Took us long enough.
I know, right?
Your notes have been like overflowing.
They have been screaming atomic habits, atomic habits, atomic habits. So, James Clear,
Yeah.
tiny changes, big results. I mean, that's the whole thing, right?
That's it.
Small stuff you do consistently makes a huge difference over time.
Yeah. It's not about these, these like crazy overhauls.
Right. It's not the big thing you do once.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
Little things.
And it makes me think of compound interest.
Absolutely.
Like a little bit each day, a little bit each day.
Grows into something huge. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like this kind of applies to good habits and bad habits.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, like if you're constantly like, scrolling on your phone,
Yeah.
at the end of the year, you're going to spend hours and hours.
Oh, tons of time. You know what's interesting is that the author, he actually argues that the habits you have are actually a reflection of who you think you are.
Oh, wow.
So like, yeah, it's not just like you're changing what you do, but you're changing your beliefs about yourself.
Well, that's really fascinating. Okay, I'm already seeing why this book is so huge. But how do we actually make those changes?
Well, he's got this really cool system he calls the 4 laws of behavior change.
4 laws. Okay, lay them on me.
So first, you got to make it obvious.
Okay.
The second one is you got to make it attractive.
Attractive.
The third is make it easy.
All right.
And finally, make it satisfying.
Okay, I love it. I'm ready to dive in. But let's break it down a little bit more.
Sure.
So what does it actually mean to make something obvious?
So I think a good example of this is, think about somebody who wants to learn how to play guitar.
Right.
They're always saying, oh yeah, I got to
should practice more.
I should practice more. But instead of saying that vague thing,
Right.
they could use what he calls an implementation intention.
Implementation intention.
And basically they say, okay, every day after I have my coffee, I'm going to play guitar for 15 minutes.
Right. So it's like a trigger. It's like right after this, then this.
Exactly.
I like that. Okay, so you're making it very, very clear. What about attractive? This feels like marketing.
You can think of it that way. You're marketing to
Love
yourself,
it.
right? So basically, you're pairing something that you want to do
Okay.
with something you need to do.
Oh, I see.
So let's say you love podcasts,
Big podcast fan.
but you don't like cleaning your house.
Not so much.
Well, what if you only let yourself listen to your favorite podcasts while you're cleaning?
So you tie them together. Okay.
Yeah, it's called temptation bundling.
Temptation bundling.
That's
See,
it.
I might actually clean my closet
There you go.
if I could listen to some great podcasts. Okay, so we have obvious, we have attractive. What about easy?
Okay, so this one, it sounds pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
But it's about reducing friction for good habits and then increasing friction. So, for
Okay,
example, let's
I
say you
think
want
I'm
to
following
floss
you.
every day,
Okay.
but you always forget. Well,
Okay.
what if you keep the floss right next
Yep.
to your toothbrush? Right.
Oh,
Can't
that's
miss
good.
it.
You
On the
can't
flip
miss it.
side, let's say you're trying to reduce your social media. Right. What if you just
Yeah,
logged out of
spend
all
less
your
time.
accounts on your phone?
So you have to take
Exactly.
the extra
And you'd be
step
surprised
of
how much that
logging in.
reduces your usage.
So
Exactly.
it's like you're putting obstacles in your own way
That's it.
for the
Okay.
bad habit. Very clever. Okay, so obvious, attractive, easy, and
Right. And this
finally
is a big one.
satisfying.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy
Has
it, you're
to
not
be
going to stick
enjoyable.
with it. Right. Exactly.
Right. But it's not just about the activity itself. It's also about
okay.
tracking your progress. So even if you're tracking, small wins,
Oh, so
that
like
can give you a
checking
sense
things
of
off,
accomplishment.
like having a little chart.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Exactly. So
okay.
let's say
good
you're trying to
example.
drink more water. Every time you finish a glass,
Oh,
just
so
put
you
a
can
little
actually
check
see
mark
it.
on a piece of paper. You can actually see it, and it's really motivating
Yeah,
to see
no, I
those
get
check
that. I
marks
get that.
accumulate.
Okay, so we've got our 4 laws. Super, super helpful.
Oh.
But you said something earlier that I wanted to circle back to. It was about identity-based
Sure.
habits. I feel like this is where things get really deep.
Yeah. Absolutely. And this is what I think takes the book to another level. So instead of
Okay.
focusing on what you want to achieve,
Okay,
you
so it's
focus
not
on who
about
you want to become.
wanting to run a marathon. It's about wanting to be a runner.
Right.
Exactly, you got it. And that little shift is huge.
Oh, okay.
Because think about it, a runner
Wow.
Doesn't just run on race day. They run every day, even
They
when
run
they don't
every
feel
day.
like it. It's part of who they are.
Right. It's part of who they are. Okay, so
So
how do we-
basically,
how do
you
we put this into
identify
action?
the habits and behaviors of the person you want to become. Exactly.
So, like, if I want to be a healthy person, I need to think
what
about
do they
what does
do?
a healthy
They eat
person do?
nutritious foods, they move their body regularly, they get enough sleep, and just start doing those things. Even in small ways, exactly.
Even in small ways. I see. So if you start acting
Yeah.
like the person you want to be,
Yeah,
then
and then
you
it
actually
becomes
start to
easier
believe
to
it.
keep doing those habits.
So-
It reinforces
I see.
itself,
So it
exactly.
reinforces itself. Okay, this is incredible. I'm loving this. So, listener, what does this all mean for you? Atomic Habits is
Yeah,
really about
that big
understanding.
changes don't come from some big crazy thing. They come from the consistent,
Right.
intentional things that you do every single day.
The small things.
They build on top of each
Every
other.
single day.
And over time, they create huge shifts in your life.
Yeah. And the most
Believe that you
important
can
thing is that
change.
you believe in yourself. You can change. So think about it. What is one tiny habit
That's a
that
great
you can start
question.
building today
It can be
that
so
aligns
small.
with who you want to be?
Right. But do it
Start small.
consistently. And you will become that person.
Consistent.
It's amazing. Atomic Habits. James
Absolutely.
Clear, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Check it out. See ya.